I got cut off in my last video because funny story. So like my neighbor was like, whatever, I do favors for them all the time, and I'll do favors forever. For everybody with like Motel 6, free leaves the light on, and that's what they thought was so funny too. They're like, I'm like, this girl drew a picture in my book one day. It's like, come and knock, Bree will do anything. Bree will go to Bree. Everybody knows go to Bree. Yes, it doesn't mean I don't know what you did. It doesn't mean I'm again. It doesn't mean you tricked me. It doesn't mean I'm weak. In fact, it makes me stronger. Because again, I can give grace and help this in the same amount of grace and help that heaven gave me. That's what's right. This is what you don't get to. And you know what is so beautiful too? So you can't, and won't ever be able to sacrifice an innocent. So like all these death rituals, like Amy Winehouse, Michael Jackson, uh, Whitney Houston, Prince, um, Bob Marley, my parents, me, all the millions of other people, all the graveyards, they're all still alive, bro. They all come back. You can't do that. God doesn't let that rock. Duh, you freaking dummies. So, and again, you think because some demon or devil let you get out of prison, gave you some money, let you go live in a nice place, or steal somebody's partner. And again, the people who were cheating on me or abused me or manipulated things, you think I don't know? People were mocking me because I don't want to be having group orgies. And again, that's not. Listen. I let my freak flag fly. I was comfortable with my sexuality. I was my own fantasy. I loved myself. But I also, like, it's biblical. Biblical. Like, the Songs of Solomon are all about, and again, there was this, um, like, video thing, I don't know if it was like a web series or a kind of like a podcast before podcasts were podcasts, but it was called The Peasant Princess. And again, it explains to you that sex is beautiful. You can be rolling in the fucking woods with your partner. You can be your man's hoe. You just can't be every man's hoe. You see what I'm saying? This is what you don't understand. So again, to the people who use me for this or that, the joke was on you, not me. And again, you stand for something or fall for everything. And again, I'm not like a hypocrite. Like I try my best to always to with within reason. I try to judge not, but also to walk a mile in somebody's shoes. I like to understand. So I found myself in situations where I do things, I've done things, I've been a part of things that I necessarily wasn't really about, but it's like one time you try something usually one time because of peer pressure, two times because of peer pressure again, you were like you already did it. But third time is like make it or break it. But again, don't let people like push you into something. Like you don't even have to do it that one time. You don't. You don't. It's okay. No is a full sentence. And but anyway, what I was saying about being interrupted too, it's like so funny because again, I'm grateful for even the little bit of things that people do to make even or keep their word. But again, my neighbors have lied. They're liars. They do this. But again, you think God don't see? And again, because God's a G, bro. And again, people, even though they tried to pretend like I wasn't shit, they know I'm the shit. That's why they hate me. So weird. Even, again, I always knew who I was. They always knew who I was. But they try to chip you down. But again, I'm always Nick Mosaic. I always appreciate it. And again, the time I spent like isolated and by myself, it wasn't out of fear. I fear nothing and no one. I never did, bro. Ever nothing, no one ever. Maybe like fireworks when I was a little kid because one backfired and went in my eye. And again, snakes when I was a little kid, but again, because one got out and like almost strangled me to death. But besides that, with almost me, and I was like, what, bro? I'll punch you. Especially, again, out of all the guns, too, I was like maybe afraid of like a little 22 or a 38 because I know it ping, 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 ping pongs off inside you. And again, I'm a little bit manic because, again, I don't even know why, but it probably has something to do. I drink like 2 cups of black coffee. And also, too, I just be hyped for the Lord, bro. I be hyped for the Lord. And again, I have the song I've been singing. It only takes a spark to get a fire going. The birds begin to sing. The flowers start their budding. That's how it is with God. So I praise God. I want the world to know. The Lord above, come to me. I want to have your love. And just like Joel, who will save your soul when it comes to the baby's now? Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? And those lies that you told, boy. But be serious. You think that you could ever win with your silly little baby games or the Devil's Matrix? Oh, and now there's like this big thing about, oh, the Mark of the Beast and this Neuralink. Bro, guess what? Totally got that chip in my head. But this is the only thing that people have to fear. Again, even with the if you listen outside, if you're aware, but a lot of people like to play ostrich. There's now this like insane bzz, bzz, like electronic buzz. They're trying to manipulate people. They're trying to control you. They're trying to interfere. But this is the thing: no microchip, no black magic, no hypnosis, coding, matrix, manipulation. Nothing can literally fuck with you at all, as long as you trust God and you keep your heart soft. That's the thing that people don't understand. That's all it is. It's not that fucking complicated. It's in fact so simple. So simple. Keep your heart softened. And again, this is why there's so much domestic violence, there's so much murder and robbery and rape, and this because again, this was the devil's playground. This was what is again, they wanted to separate the families. So this is why they gave women the right to vote because they realized they were missing out on taxation for half of the motherfucking population. They wanted the men to go to work or go to war so they could kill them off. So then there's no father in the house. So then the mother has to work to provide for the children. Now they can attack the kids. Then they realize, oh, bitches don't work if they're pregnant. So boom, legalize abortion. But once you have abortions, you're literally in a covenant with Moloch or whatever his name is. Um, these little, again, these ancient demons and things. And then again, this is, I've always seen them. I've got pictures galore, just like the list of galore, receipts for days, bro. For receipts for days. Just think for all the crazy, not crazy, because if you know, you know. And if you don't, I don't even know. You're just lying to yourself because we all know, God knows. But again, for all the shit that I call people out on, or I'm calling you out, or I'm sharing with you, there's so much more that I don't say because it's like poker, poker thing. Again, these things too. So recently, like so even with like PTSD, right? Okay, so there's things that I used to either the world broke down and changed about me completely, medicated or abused out of me. Like again, you could beat someone to the point that they stop crying. Like you know how your parents say, crying, I'll give you something to cry about. Or if you don't stop crying, I'm going to beat you. Or literally, you will stop crying. Pain will stop to hurt. It's all in your head. Literally, it's again, you can't hurt me. It's all in your head. Just like love is in your head and your heart. So again, I've walked through the fire. Today, I spent hours walking all over my town in my bare feet, and it was literally hot as dick balls, okay, but hotter, like hellfire hot on the cement. I'm in bare feet. The ground is like it's rugged asphalt. It's rocks and pebbles and glass and this and that. But guess what? I did it, and I do it again. I do it everything because why? Because I'm doing it for God. Because I'm doing it for you. Again. So again, when people show up or they think I don't know, oh, I fucking know. Even when you're black magic and you're illusion and you're put your consciousness in a different body, I know. I see you. My sister, my brother, their children. I know everything, and so does God. But again, just like when there's certain like people, places, and things that happen, it's not that so much that even I forgot. It's that I choose to move forward. I keep pushing it. Like, why dwell on it? Because again, it's not even that it was hurt me. You know what hurts me is to know that these people would sink so low as to hurt somebody that would genuinely love them without strings, without stipulations, purely. And I know that it's scary because, again, when you've never experienced real friendship or real love, it can be tricky to understand or to process, or you don't feel worthy of it almost, especially when you do things wrong to people. It's hard to like face them. But again, or like my baby father used to get mad at me because I'd like go out and again in New York City and everyone that asked for a dog, I give him, give. And he's like, stop it, they're gonna go buy drugs or they're gonna do that. So what? So what? It's not my place to judge. But I think a closed mouth don't get fed, and it's really hard to admit you need help. And again, what were we doing with our money? The same freaking thing. Like, okay, they bought alcohol or crack, what we bought pot and cigarettes. Like again, or soda. Like what? People were like, again, there was a time period too where I would like overindulge my children, and because I worked for them, I gave them everything within again almost without any breaking point until one day somebody was like, and again, my kids got out of control. They did, and somebody and broke it down for me. They're like, you have to straighten them out, or society will. And but I had always taught my kids too. You might disrespect me, you might disrespect my house, but you will act right in the streets. It didn't matter. And people would, whenever we go out, they're like, how do you get them to act like that? Like, what do you mean, act like what? First of all, I started man little kids. I give respect, and so people get mad at me. They're like, why do only kids love you? I had this old friend of me that was my ex-boyfriend, baby mother, and she was like, Dylan comes back, Ricky comes back, my brother loves you, everybody loves you. And I'm like, just love them and they'll love you back. Stop being toxic, stop being hateful, stop being abusive and dramatic and blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm not judging her. And I tried to tell her, like, Tony, you went through tough things. Even when I talk to God and I'm like, God, this 90% of the people do these things and through not even fault of their own. First of all, they don't even know. But this is the beautiful thing. God doesn't punish you for what you do wrong when you don't do it. You're ignorant about it. Um, but when you're knowledgeable of it and then you choose or you go into these covenants, like you think I don't know about these false marriages, these demonic contracts, these deaths, these assaults, these robberies. You think you don't know? You think I don't know about your cars, your houses, your marriages, your contracts with your church cults, covens, gangs. Bro, I know. I've always known. And I just choose to not call you out on it. I choose to move forward and love him when it's ugly because it's beautiful and God said. But now I was called to call you out, to say, nah, bro, get the fuck out of here. If you even knew how many fucking celebrities or songs and videos or podcasts or create inventions, not just me, there's so many of the world that have been used. All your creativity, all your sexual essence, all your pain, your suffering, they're literally feeding off it. You ever seen in Hocus Pocus where the witches are like sucking the innocence off the children? And I gotta end this video because it's like 14 minutes and it's a lot to process. But yeah, like my Stephanie Wu Rotten Mangoes podcast. Shout out to her and her husband, Rotten Mangoes, for the bomb. But I'll see you in the next one.